Stop, just for a second.
I want you to notice something, that constant quiet hum of thoughts in the back of your mind. The one that takes a simple thought and branches it into 1,000 different possibilities, 1,000 potential futures. You've probably been told that this is a flaw, that it's a bug in your software. What if I told you it isn't? What if what you've been calling overthinking is actually one of the most powerful and misunderstood skills your mind possesses? You know the feeling intimately. Your mind feels less like a peaceful garden and more like a chaotic command center during a global crisis. A simple decision like what to wear to an interview doesn't just involve picking an outfit. It becomes a complex flowchart of potential perceptions. This shirt is too casual, they'll think I'm not serious. This one is too formal, they'll think I'm stiff. What if there's a stain I didn't see? Well-meaning people, maybe even ones you love, offer simple advice. Just relax. Don't think about it so much. You just need to get out of your head. They say it with kindness, but each phrase lands like a quiet diagnosis. It implies you are broken, that your natural mode of operating is a mistake that needs fixing. You lie awake at 3 a.m., your body exhausted, but your mind running a marathon. You're replaying a conversation from Tuesday, analyzing the 0.7-second pause after you told a joke. You're pre-living a difficult conversation you need to have next week, scripting out every possible response, every counter-argument, until you're exhausted by a battle that hasn't even happened. This creates a state of decision paralysis. You fear making the wrong choice because in your mind, you've already visualized the catastrophic fallout in 4K resolution. This isn't just a fleeting moment of anxiety, it's a fundamental way of experiencing the world. And you've been led to believe it's a bug in your system that you need to eliminate. But here's the truth. It is not a bug, it's a feature, a high-performance one that you were never taught how to use. You don't overthink, you run simulations. Your brain is, at its core, a magnificent prediction machine. Its primary job, refined over millions of years, is to keep you safe and help you successfully navigate the future. To achieve this, your prefrontal cortex, the sophisticated CEO of your brain, is constantly building models of what could happen. It takes data from your past experiences, analyzes the variables of your current situation, and projects them forward into countless potential futures. If I take this career path, my life might look like this in 5 years. But what about the risks I haven't considered? If I am vulnerable with this person, they might embrace it or they might use it against me. Let's run both scenarios. These are not just baseless worries, they are complex, data-driven hypotheses, they are simulations. For many people, this process is like running a basic weather forecast. It gives a general idea of sun or rain. It runs quietly in the background. But for you, it's different. Your mind has a more sensitive, high-fidelity simulation engine. You're not running a simple weather forecast, you're running a deep climate model. You don't just see one or two paths forward, you see a vast, branching tree of possibilities. You perceive the subtle nuances, the second and third order consequences, the hidden risks and the overlooked opportunities that others miss entirely. The problem isn't the power of the engine. The problem is that nobody ever gave you the user manual. You've been given a Formula One car but told to drive it like a golf cart in a quiet neighborhood. And you're constantly frustrated when it stalls, spins out, or feels impossibly loud. This tendency to simulate is often a hallmark of a highly conscientious, deeply imaginative and detail-oriented mind. It's the mind of an architect, a strategist, a novelist. You are not broken. You are a specialist. Your hardware is just different. So, how do you go from being a passenger on this runaway mental train to being its skilled conductor? The goal is never to shut the engine down. That's impossible, and it would be a waste. The goal is to give it structure, direction, and better fuel. Here are 4 simple, immediately actionable steps to become the operator of your mind. First, name the process. The next time you catch your mind spinning in a familiar loop, I want you to gently interrupt the pattern. Don't scold yourself with, "Oh no, I'm overthinking again." Instead, take a calm breath and state, with neutrality, "I am currently running a simulation." This small shift in language is profound. It reframes the act from a personal failing into a cognitive function. It moves your identity from anxious overthinker to operator of a complex system. You instantly move from being a victim of the process to an observer of it. This is the first step to control. Second, define the objective. A simulation without a clear goal is just noise. It's a powerful computer running a program with an infinite loop, generating heat and consuming energy for no reason. You must give it a target. Ask yourself with genuine curiosity, what is the precise goal of this specific simulation? Is it to write the perfect email that gets me the result I want without offending anyone? Is it to find the most efficient and risk-free way to complete this project? Is it to fully understand why my friend seemed upset yesterday? Be as specific as you can. Write the objective down on a sticky note and place it in front of you. Giving your powerful brain a clear, singular target focuses its immense energy. It turns chaotic, anxiety-producing static into a directed, productive search. Third, set a time box. A simulation engine, left unchecked, will strive for perfection. It will try to account for every variable down to the movement of atoms. This is why it never stops. This is where you, the operator, must step in and set a boundary. Use a timer on your phone or computer. Say, I will give my mind exactly 15 minutes to run simulations on this problem. When the alarm sounds, the simulation phase is over. I will then make a decision based on the best available data. This honors the mind's need to process, but it prevents that process from hijacking your entire day. It creates a safe, structured container for the chaos to unfold. Fourth, externalize the scenarios. Your mind is designed for having ideas, not for holding on to them. Keeping dozens of branching scenarios, pros, cons, and potential dialogues in your head is like trying to build a complex piece of architecture without a single blueprint. It's exhausting, confusing, and deeply inefficient. Get it out, grab a pen and a blank sheet of paper, open a new document, draw a mind map of the possibilities, make a simple pro/con/interesting list. Write down the 3 most likely outcomes, the 3 worst-case scenarios, and how you would handle each one. The act of getting the simulations out of your head and onto a physical or digital page is a game changer. It frees up immense cognitive resources. It allows you to see the patterns, the logical fallacies, and the holes in your thinking with objective clarity, as if you were looking at a map of your own thoughts. But here is the single most important, most transformative shift you can make. This is the master key to graduating from an amateur simulator to a professional one. Understand this fundamental truth. Your simulations are only as good as the data you feed them. The reason you get stuck in a terrifying, repetitive loop is almost always because you are running the same simulation over and over again, using the same old, incomplete, or emotionally biased data. You're trying to solve a complex puzzle with half the pieces missing, so your mind just keeps rearranging the few pieces it has, hoping for a new picture to emerge. It never will. The real skill is not to simulate harder or longer. It is to develop the wisdom to know when to pause the simulation and go out to gather fresh data. So the most powerful question you can learn to ask yourself is this: what is the smallest, lowest risk action I can take right now to get one new piece of real-world data? Instead of simulating for 3 hours what your boss thinks of your recent report, could you send a simple 2-sentence email? Hi, just wanted to check if you had any initial thoughts on the report I sent over. No rush. The response, or lack thereof, is fresh data. Instead of simulating every possible negative social outcome of going to a party, could you text a friend who is already there and ask, hey, what's the vibe like? That's fresh data. This simple question transforms you from a passive worrier trapped in a mental prison to an active scientist conducting small, safe experiments. It turns the fuzzy, terrifying ghosts of what if into concrete, manageable data points. Your ability to simulate is not the problem. The problem is feeding it a starvation diet of fear, assumption, and old memories. Feed your powerful engine new, real-world data, and it will give you new, better, and far more useful outputs. So, the next time someone casually calls you an overthinker, or the next time you feel that label rising in your own mind, you can let it go. You are not an overthinker. You are a futurist. You are a strategist. You are a deep-sea diver of possibilities in a world that often prefers to paddle in the shallows. Your mind is not a curse to be silenced. It is a finely tuned, high-performance instrument. You just needed to learn how to play it. So don't try to shut it down. Don't try to break it. Instead, become its master. Give it a clear goal, give it a firm boundary, and most importantly, Give it a steady stream of fresh, real-world data. Do this, and watch as your greatest source of anxiety slowly but surely transforms into your most profound and reliable superpower. You don't need to get out of your head. You just need to become the calm, confident architect of the incredible world within it.